Hey guys, Buster36 here, and today we're gonna go part two of the bus 3001 to 3999. Part two. Last video we did explain like half of it. However, due to the video being too long or being very long and which I apologize for this long inconvenience on the video. But however, we're back and better than ever. Than last time. It was really hard to do it at all times at the moment. So we're gonna last time we were looking at used drivers I-field transportation buses and Jordan's bus lines and some other red arrow buses too, which we were looking at used buses from 2000s to 2000 in the early 2010s. So yeah, they were a bit late 2000s and early 2010s. Today we're gonna be looking at other buses today. So if you guys are new, please smack that like, hit the bell notifications. No longer ado at this time. Let's get to this video. Start up. We're gonna get 3701 to 3738 is a 2011 IC CE 200 with a Navistar Max Force 7, and also here bus 34 and to bus 37 equipped with luggage bay. And 3705 was transferred in full like bus lines at the time. Which will be a long video, however, I'll be sorry. Fun fact, 3705, however, that was the first, or the second most, the second bus that I got a ride on like buses. It was a 2011, and at the time when we got it, I think, this will be a big story, and apologize for that. In 2018, beginning of 2018, C12 got this bus, and it was a 2011, and it was running for Ashmont at the time. However, just a day and a half later, the bus broke down. However, on the way to pick up students at Ashmont, the bus broke down, so they had to call a tow truck and pick up the bus, and then the kids from Ashmont had to take a spare bus from St. Paul. And then after that, the bus was taken to the yard to be in service. And then the spare bus was 148, which was a 2005 ICCE 200, I believe so, or 300, with a Navistar Max Force 7, and it's a 72 passenger body. However, to this day, the bus that I rode, which was actually my third bus to ride on one of our Foley buses, retired 2022. Rest in peace, bus 148. Well, the last time I saw was in May of 2023. It looks like it's fine, but it's still in the yard to this day. I'm not sure it was completely retired or they just let it rot to death with everything inside the bus. So yeah, that until you know the bus. We got that back. Bus 3705 was back on the run for a while. However, on the way heading towards Highway 36, on the way to Highway 36 towards Lottie Lake. However, the bus broke down, and then the bus had a chime issue, and then the bus thing popped up, and then the bus had to be pulled over, and yeah, including 3 kids, including myself, were stranded in the highway, and that means we had to wait for a goddamn tow truck, or we have to wait for any near tow trucks or any near bus drivers. However, we don't know that we had the little looking hazard lights things that we have in the bus. which we never did. However, well, after at the same time, there was a new bus driver at the time, and he had no idea how to operate the bus, which I'm not really disappointed. It's just it's the first time driving a school bus at once, but I guess we learned our lesson. And finally, we went home at first, and the story ends for that. Well, that is a history. That's a fact. And history or fact, pretty much. Okay, let's continue. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's continue. 3725 was transferred into Montgomery bus lines in 2013. And we'll give you a picture of the bus for why the hell not. So you can see, the coolest thing about 3714, well, actually, this is the only bus that has bus. This is the only bus that comes with visor, front and back end. What is it called? It is the only bus that has visors on the CE, including the back. Like, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, this is actually 3714 is the only bus that has it. However, all the buses don't have it. So that's pretty unique. Like, 3714 was actually pretty unique at the time. But at the same time, it was newer by the time when it was been posted. So, it was new at the time, so it's not pretty faded at the time. It was just brand new at the time. But let's look at 3739 to 3746, a 2005 IC CE 200 with an SR VT 365, 72 passenger, transported into Pryor's bus lines. However, fun fact, actually bus 703743 has also been transported to Cold Lake bus lines, which I don't think Wikipedia doesn't know, but 3743 was actually been transported to Cold Lake bus lanes, maybe. But I got a little glimpse, but however, I don't have any pictures of it at the time because it's been a while since I saw it. But I think it happened. The last time I saw it was probably in December or March of 2022. So, however, I don't know if it's still running or retired. Obviously, at the time. Yeah, that bus was pretty cool, and yeah, you can't download a VT365 at the time, but I guess that's the only thing they could purchase at the moment. Okay, we got some charter buses at the time. 3840, 3844, 3848, 3851, and 3853 to 3854, and 3868, and 3874. 2012 IC CE 200 with a Navistar Max 47, and it's a 12 passenger body, and it's been next by drivers Highfield Transportation charter unit, no stop sign, no warning lights, no sign, no stop sign, warning lights, and the school bus is decaled. So here's the bus. So you see, this bus is not pretty more detailed like your normal CE, but it is a 2012 at the time. And you can see there's the biggest difference of a school bus. Instead of being a normal school bus, it's a charter bus. We can see most of the warning lights and the embers are been painted up or blocked up by the black paint. The only other difference is there's no stop sign or anything on the bus except decals like the reflected tape, the number, and some actually come with well, it's quite rare to see these buses like that because it's quite rare common because, well, sometimes they do. It depends on what bus looks like. Like sometimes they would have the name or or the safety home badge on it. Who knows? But it was last posted in 2022, which it's quite weird. It doesn't have the name at the time. It still has the perfect color at the time, which was not pretty faded at the time. On the time we were looking at it, I thought it was posted in 2020. Okay, I believe it won't be not too old. 3846 and 3858. 2012 IC CE 200 with Navistar Max for 7. 72 passenger. Next by driver iFuel Transportation. 3846, 3846, and 3858 transported in 2019. Regional charter units converted into a school bus upon its transformed, which, yeah, pretty much, is it? Well, we don't have any pictures, so we don't have any proof that's actually converted into a school bus. So, we don't have any proof at the time, so, however, unluckily, I don't think it would be true. 3903, a 2004 Corvette International 300 with a Navistar T44E, with a 72 passenger, body, and it's an X by Driver's iFuel Transportation, transferred in August in 2010. Here it is. Not spotted, like, years after. Here's the bus. Not really serious, but it looks kind of modern. It's a bit modern a little bit, but not much new going on here. Besides getting that bus reflection by the sun. It's also winter at the time. It's winter at the time. Probably what's been posted in winter of 2011. So, yeah. 3904 to 3907, a 1997 or 2000 Corvette International 3800 with a Navistar T44E, 72 passenger body, axed by driver iFuel Transportation. Yeah, these buses are really common and rare at the time, but yeah, here's the bus. Just typical, not something new. It's just a normal Corvette bus, but yeah, Corvettes are not really common, but actually pretty common in Canada. Pretty big time, but yeah, here it is next to another Corvette, which is a newer version of the Corvette. There's a newer one next to the older Corvette, which they kind of look the same a little bit with the cover. 3908, 1999, Bluebird International 300 with a Navistar DT466E, 72 passenger body with a driver's iFuel transportation transferred in August 2010, which most buses have probably been purchased in 2010. So I bet most used buses have mostly been purchased in 2010, which it's pretty common at the time, but I don't think it would last forever at the time. But bomber. And next to it is a CE next to it. I'm not sure what bus number is it. I'm not sure. Who knows what bus number it is, but I believe it would be 912. 3909 to 39012, a 2004 Corvette International 300 with a Navistar T44E, 72 passenger, X by drivers iFuel Transportation, 20XX transported in 2010. Nothing new about this bus, but I guess you can tell a difference. It's just faded. You can tell Corvettes don't last long with their color code. It's 2012, and the bus has already been faded to death. And this bus has already been faded already. Like, already faded. Like, completely gone. Like, look at it. It's no longer a newer bus. It looks old. It is no longer new. It's more longer a faded Corvette bus. You don't get that fashion new color, but I'm pretty sure the hood actually somehow still has the new paint job from 2002. Which, however, the whole chassis never lasted that long. And because their paint doesn't last forever, it just fades more quickly than normal other buses. Which kind of sucks for Corbeil. 3913 to 3923, 2011, Thomas Safety Liner, C2, a Comet ISB 6.7 liter, 72 passenger body. This is probably our first C2 in the company. This is actually their first C2 manufactured bus, which they actually purchased 2011. That's pretty cool. They haven't mentioned they actually purchased a Thomas C2 a 2011. I guess they're new to buying these brand new C2s, but however the Southland logo is like underneath instead of like on top, which is quite weird. But I guess it's the way it's made, but whatever. And then continue with more used buses. 2936 or 2926, 3926, 1997 or 2000 Corbeil International 3800 with a Navistar DT 466E. 72 passenger by driver's ideal transportation. 3927 and 1999 Corbeil International 3800 with a Navistar T44E. 72 passenger by driver's ideal transportation. And slash 1620. I'll give you two look of these buses. Nothing really severe, but here it is. Nothing typical, just a regular old bus. And next to it, there's a FS65 next to 3927, which also the difference is actually their year, so that's probably a 9-year difference. On 1997 and 1999. Coincidence. A coincidence, okay? That's a coincidence. 3928 and 1997 or 2000 Corbeil International 3800 with a Navistar DT 466E 72 passenger body with a X by driver's I-Field transportation. And we're back to 2010 Corbeil Quanta Twin GMC Savannah 4500. Well, not really yet, but we are back to the Corbeil Quanta Twin, but instead it's GMC Savannah 4500. The GM Votec 6.0 GM 46 passenger body 36. Yeah, there's nothing different than between 2010. Which pretty much nothing different about this bus besides pretty much with a different chassis, with a different body with the GMC Savannah chassis instead of like the Ford F350 added in the chassis, because it's sharing the body with the bus itself. So that's a difference between those. And here's another one. I guess it'll be our first Bluebird Miniature Ford Metrobird G5s. 3938 to 3941, a 2010 Bluebird Metrobird G5s, a Chevrolet Express 4500, GM Vortec 6.0 liter, GM 30 passenger body. Well, you can say that's nothing different. Yeah, nothing different. It's just with a Bluebird Metrobird body, which it's actually true. It's pretty cool to see one actually at the time, because that probably could be the first buses ever to purchase those. That kind of type bus, which actually was kind of common. It's pretty common on the Southland roads at the time. Nowadays, that's why they started purchasing at that time. And 3945 to 3957, 2010 Corbeil Quanta Twin Ford E450 Fortran 6.8 liter V10 with a Okay, the Ford Twids strip 5R110 or 110. 36 passenger body. Yeah, you can see this is pretty much a handicap. Yeah, there's nothing different here, but I think this is a special need buses. Yeah, here's the bus, nothing different. It's just a activity bus at the time, 2020. Here's your spectrum talk to comment. Okay. Alright. Well, there's nothing different about that, but 963 to 3964 is a 2010 Bluebird Metro Bird G5 with a Chevrolet Express 4500 with a GM Votec 6.0 liter Jam 30 passenger body 3966 to 3987, but you'll explain it pretty soon. 2012 IC CE 200 with an average max for 72 passenger. And it's actually a 2012 or 2013, depends on what year it is, item free manufacturer at the time. 3966 was transferred into Colic bus lines, which actually that is the bus that I looked at. That's the bus that actually posted, which actually shockingly, this is actually it is actually quote the most popular video on my channel. Which thank you guys for like holy cow. I can't even doubt you guys because even if we're around before we hit 70. But that video, well, actually, it's now like the second most popular because the ICCE startup and evolution, which will actually do a second evolution by next year until we get the new CE, until we get our new CE startup in 2025. So until 2020, until for now, we'll have to wait and we'll see. We'll do another evolution. I would imagine if we'll get more views than usual, but we'll see, and we'll see what we can do at the time. So yeah, there's nothing more minor, but it is quite whatever. But 3966 a tour walk around video gained 8.5 thousand views. And it was the most popular video on YouTube until this video showed up. IC CE Startup Evolution. I only did the hydronic and the air brake, the air bus startup, and not with the hydronics. Also, so that's our evolution at the time. However, I did get some mistakes, which we'll talk about in the future. Which we talk about in the future. So actually, the last time I drove 3966 was in 2019. Which is the first time I first saw 3966, which I believe it was a 2011. But the only difference about 3966, it has different reflected tape. The reflected tape is different. It is different than the older CEs, which actually got the one right here. Like this one has the older one, not the modern reflective tape right here. This one is identical, but however, this one does have the reflective tape right here, and this one does have it. Yeah, this bus was not bad. Actually, some of the buses actually come with tinted windows, which I think 3966 came with tinted windows at the time when I first did a tour on it. So that's really confirmed to these buses. So let's look at this. 3988 to 3992 is a 2008 Thomas Safety and Emergency 2 with a Mercedes Bronze MBE 900 with a 36 passenger body. 3990 and 3992 were retired in July of 2023. Which I guess after 15 years in service, I think one of them already retired. So here's a bus picture. Here's a driver just driving the bus. And it's also a handicap. I think some come in handicap. Is it a handicap? Well, it's pretty much a handicap. This is a front handicap at the time, so yeah, nothing worry about that. But pretty interesting choice for the red fleet. Here's 39 is a 2013 IC CE 200 with a max for 7, or a 2013 at the time 72 passport Giovanni delivered alongside 3701 or 31 to 3119 in December 2011. So here's the bus. So you can see it's actually more different than your normal CE. The only difference you can see on this bus is the windows. So in 2013 or late in the mid 2011s, they actually updated. Not only they updated the reflective tape in 2011, but in late 2011 they decided to add in new windows on them, except the emergency exits will have the older ones until later of 2015, which they'll probably get removed and replaced with the modern ones. Which I think this is a pretty big change for the CEs at the time. Which at the time they did not have the black tinted wheels at the time for a bird at the time, so nothing different here. You just have a nice shiny hood, a new seat, new windows, and a fresh bus smell. The only thing you can smell is nothing but a brand new bus smell. Okay, I'm gonna end the video. If you guys are new, please smack that like, hit the bell to notifications, and thank you for part 2. We'll continue on with bus 40 to bus 49.99. I'm warning this video will probably get longer and longer as we proceed in this video. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.